All right, listen up. I'm Frankie 5 Stories, and I'm going to give you the lowdown on the 5 freshest and the 5 biggest nationwide stories from today, June 3rd, 2025. Let's dive in. So it's June 3rd, 2025, and China pulls a fast one, slapping a ban on rare earth alloys, mixtures, and magnets, critical minerals for our cars, jets, chips, even missiles, leaving global automakers sweating bullets from Detroit to Munich. They're hollering production delays, plant shutdowns, maybe worse. But let me tell you, this is classic Chinese hustle in the Trump trade war, trying to strangle U.S. defense and industry supply chains. Good thing President Trump's been throwing tariffs and fast-tracking domestic mining like a boss, cutting through red tape so we ain't begging Beijing for scraps. German car makers are yelling, Indian EV guys are sweating, and EU bigwigs are begging China for FaceTime. Meanwhile, Trump's scheduling another chinwag with Xi, gonna tell him, cut the crap, pal, or we ramp up drilling and digging right here at home. In this game, you show weakness, you're lunch. And Trump, he's serving a buffet. Turns out Americans are backpedaling on summer travel bookings, playing the discount racket while Uncle Sam's wallet gets tighter and the dollar's looking like last season's sneakers. Flight reservations are down a cool 10% year over year. Folks ain't buying the hype, waiting for rock-bottom fares before they grab a ticket. Why? Blame Biden's spiral of inflation, weak dollar dumps on Europe dreams, and a cloudy economic crystal ball that's got consumers saying, maybe next month, maybe next year, only if the price is right. Travel giants like Delta and Booking Holdings are sweating bullets, slashing forecasts and throwing freebies, free nights, bonus points, like a carrot on a stick, but no one is taking the bait. Conservatives tip their fedoras to Trump-era tax cuts and deregulation, back when Americans had more dough to jet set without looking over their shoulder. Now, it's hunker down, hunt bargains, and pray Congress gets its act together, or risk summer staycations going stale. Miley Pop Chameleon Cyrus was rolling around the Hollywood Walk of Fame for her Something Beautiful video back in October when she took a nasty dive. Her kneecap began to disintegrate, she says, landing her straight in the ICU with what docs call a brutal infection. These so-called medical capos suspect good old strep or staph from bacteria lurking on those filthy sidewalks. E. coli, enterococci, maybe animal pee. Any of it can slip through a scrape or abrasion and start a turf war in your flesh. Now they're preaching hand washing and wound covering like it's some woke virtue signaling sermon. But in Trump's America, we know personal responsibility's the real ticket. No big government goons telling us when to scrub. HHS just pulled the plug on free COVID-19 tests, saying the pandemic's old news, like yesterday's cannoli, capiche? They figure tests are cheap at your corner CVS now, so no point burning taxpayers' dough. Instead, they're pivoting to crush chronic diseases, diabetes, heart stuff, the real meatball, per Trump's Make America Healthy Again mandate. Any orders in by May 30 get fulfilled, but after that, nah. Good news, they've stashed 1 million new tests that can sniff COVID versus the flu if some freak emergency pops off. Local clinics with stockpiles can still hand them out, but the Fed's coffers are locked tighter than Fort Knox. Trump's playing 4D chess, cut the dead weight so we can go after the real chronic villains choking Americans. Now that's what I call making America healthy again. So this wise guy historian, Dr. Tom McCullough, goes digging around Khirbet Khana in northern Israel and, surprise, stumbles on a 2,500-year-old underground cave packed with Byzantine-era Christian inscriptions and a shelf built for 6 stone jars, exactly the kind of vessels Jesus flipped from water to wine. He's saying this place was considered New Testament Cana since way back. Pilgrims in the 500s CE already thought it was the spot where Mary asked her son for vino to save a wedding from going dry. Picture it. Crosses etched in plaster, an altar made from a sarcophagus lid, and enough room for 4 more jars. Now McCullough's yelling, "Move over, Kafir Khana. Khirbet Khana's the real deal." Makes you wonder if even St. Peter ever thought to check the cave before pulling water from the well. For a no BS take on everyday's news, please like this video and hit subscribe.